I like praying in cemeteries. During my formation years in Germany, especially, I remember on a lot of the hikes, we'd be going through small towns. And so oftentimes we would stop at the local cemetery, maybe to pray a little bit during the day. And it was always something that made a big impression on me. You see these tombstones, you see a start date, you see an end date. It's the beginning and end of a person's life, the name, and very little other information. And and so it's such a poignant summary of somebody's life, just the beginning and end dates and your name. And standing among those markers of lives lived and finished, I often found myself reflecting not on death's finality, but on the promise hidden within it. And so often in life where we face death of loved ones. As a priest, I also accompany other people in their own loss, and it's something that always goes a little bit beyond, right? I never feel completely sufficient, completely prepared for those moments. But today's gospel gives me hope. We don't always have to be the best, most complete, or satisfying in our answers. We do, however, bring our faith into play, remembering the words from Jesus in the gospel. This is the will of my Father, that everyone who sees the Son and believes in him may have eternal life, and I shall raise him on the last day. It's from John 6:40. We don't have all the answers about death. It's just the reality of things. It's one of those great mysteries of life. In the classical form of baptism, this was something that Pope Benedict reflected on. The parents ask for two things: faith and eternal life. This seems to indicate that our current life is an impediment, something that's keeping us away from eternal life. Spe Salvi 10, he says, to live always, without end, this, all things considered, can only be monotonous and ultimately unbearable. To live forever in a life like ours is less than ideal. But death always seems like such a frightening prospect. St. Ambrose reflects about how death was not part of nature, but it has become part of our experience of existence. Death is no longer a cause for mourning because it is the cause of mankind's salvation. One pious practice that we have as Catholics is to visit a cemetery and pray for the dead during this week after All Souls Day. Maybe many of your families have the tradition to visit family members who have passed on, but even if you're visiting the tombs of other people, they're worthy of your prayers. While you're in the cemetery, take the time to reflect on the passing nature of life and look ahead to the life to come. Whenever we face death, we remember that we are called to more because we are made for heaven. So on this feast of All Souls, pray for those who have passed on, pray for those in purgatory, but above all, look forward to your own death and make sure that you're living in such a way that when you die, the doors will be open to you and you can enter into eternal life.